Whoa, is everyone woken up?
I love that music.
Yes. Listen, welcome everybody to Tech for Senior Live today. Of course, this is Thursday. It is November 11th. We didn't actually have a show last week. We had some scheduling problems, but today we are going to have a show. But it, of course, occurs on a day of Remembrance Day in Canada and in the United States as well. We have poppies in Canada. You probably all know, but we use these poppies. They're of course from the Legion, and John McCrae, who was a physician, wrote a very famous poem called "In Flanders Fields," and he was a doctor. He was a physician, and from that the idea of the poppies came along. And the Legion sell the poppies as fundraising for their major fundraising for the year. That's why we wear these poppies. So, and today at 11 o'clock, of course, was the national 1 minute of silence across Canada. So we decided to postpone our show for that 1 minute. So welcome to all our veterans, and thank you for the service that you do. So we are going to talk about Bob's away this week, by the way. He's a scheduling problem, so he'll be here in the show on Monday. So of course we have myself and of course Huey Poplar. Huey, how the heck are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Huey now has controls. All right. So
yeah,
we're broadcasting this.
I can do this.
Yeah, I know. Oh. So hold on to your seats, you guys, because we have StreamYard made a change in the way that before only I had controls. No one else saw the controls, but now StreamYard has made a change, and we've given Huey control of the show. And let's hold on to our seats here. Right?
Yeah, so I want to promote my Windows SIG for Sunday and sign up for the newsletter so you can have the link if you don't have it already. If you're not signed up, go to huey.net. Oh, and you can take it away from me too. Huh?
Oh, did you put it up?
Yeah, it's up there right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. All right. Very good. There you go.
We don't see.
Good. Be sure and sign up. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you can control it. Hey. Yeah. So that reminds us now, if you are listening to the show in the comments, please put your comments in. Let us know where you're from.
Like this. Yeah.
Bob's from Bellevue, Washington. Yeah. And we've got Bill from Oregon. And Liz from Ohio. That's great. It's not raining here. It's overcast, but hopefully the rain will stay away for the ceremonies and stuff like that. So that should be hopefully work out okay. And Sally from Kirkland. Yeah, everyone's on the West Coast. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they're all West Coast. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Well, Ohio's not the West Coast.
You're right. That's you're right. That's good. So, Huey, how did your week go? You had a busy week. What the heck were you doing this week?
Every week's busy.
Every week's busy.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what I did. I had Tech for Seniors on Monday.
Right.
What else did I do? I'm getting ready for the Windows SIG for Sunday.
Yeah, your big Windows SIG is this Sunday, right?
And you know what? I got a special guest who's going to take the load off for me. He's going to cover Windows 11, and that's Bill James.
Oh, is Bill coming on this one?
Yeah.
Sunday? Oh, that would be cool.
But he's going to do his presentation of what's in Windows 11 and then do a live demo because I still haven't installed it on my machine. I'm planning on doing it probably after Tech for Seniors on Monday. So it'll be Monday or Tuesday I'll do it. I'll do a backup, complete system backup, an image backup, and then do the update.
Mm-hmm. Ray, how did your week go this week?
Busy as usual. I think I had told you before. You can see the monitor behind me over my shoulder there. That's a new one I just set up on my older computer. That's now I'm converting to a Plex server.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. You're going to talk about that, aren't you?
I'm going to do it maybe on several segments of it because it's too long to do it in one. But the first one I'll do is just about how to set it up and the organizing. But the goal is that there's one computer to have all of my music, all of my movies. I have about 250 DVDs and Blu-rays and photos, etc., all on the one server, and be able to stream it to the other TVs in the house. And actually, you could even stream it outside to friends and relatives if I wanted to.
That is really cool. So I'm looking forward to that because I've read about Plex servers, and I really would like to learn more about that. So this is great. Joan, rainy day in Victoria. Hello, Joan. Dick is from Sanford, Florida. Thank you for coming. Jeannie Garrick, hello from El Monte. No, where's El Monte Springs?
Altamont Springs. It's Orlando too.
Orlando. Okay, great. That's good. That's good. That's great. All right, so that's good. So here's the deal. I got to ask you guys what you think about this. On my main computer here, I got this little blue button at the bottom and says Windows 11 is ready to install.
I got the same one.
You got the same one. So if I push that button, is that going to install Windows 11, or is that going to take me to another screen and then I have to hit the install? Like what
You'll have to tell me. I don't know.
All right.
I just have to notice that my computer is ready to receive Windows 11, and then I'll be getting a notice sometime in the future.
Oh, both Ron and I got the notice.
We got the notice, and so I don't know if I hit that little blue button, if it will install the security updates and just say, okay, do you want to do Windows 11 now? Or if I hit that button, is it actually going to do it? I don't know the answer to that. I guess maybe Bob would know, or I will have to ask Bill would know. Bill James would know.
Well, you or I will know in the next couple of days when we hit
There's a good way to find out, Ron.
Yeah, I better do it after the show on Monday. This would not be a good IT time to try and restore my computer, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, so listen, I got a couple of things I want to show you guys. I always have some little movies or something we want to show you. And let me just see if I can find these. I got something I wanted to show you. Now, yesterday, I don't know, Ray, you didn't see the Michael Daniels. So I call it Michael Daniels show, but it's really the H&M show, Heather and Michael show, I think. But Michael, I always call it the Michael Daniels. Yeah. I was talking on robotic vacuums, right? And so that was the big talk yesterday. We had a lot of fun with that. I just wanted to show you guys something and wanted to know if you've seen this before, because a lot of people don't know that these things exist. And I want to show you this. This is my house, my video that I played. Squirt some water out. I'm going to play that again. Watch the pad. And these pads are different pads for different types of mopping, right? So and then you put water and cleaning solution in. And
it's peeing on the floor.
Yesterday, not a lot of people knew about robotic mops, and they have mops that do this.
Now, is it only water you can put in there, or could you say have that on? I have a lot of hardwood floors in my home, and I'd like to wax them. Would that do waxing?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put wax. If you had a special cleaning solution to wash them, then that would be fine. But I don't think you wouldn't want to put wax in there. It wouldn't squirt out properly. That wouldn't be it.
Neat.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's fun. So that was so I thought I'd show you guys that. Richard's here. Hello, Richard. I think Richard saw the show yesterday. Yeah. Now the next one I want to show you guys, and this is really spectacular. I want you guys to watch this, and This is we were talking about photography, but this is just interesting. Watch what happens with this. This is the new DJI Mavic 3 that's out, and this is they're going to use this for actual movies that you see downtown. This is a spectacular camera. It's called the DJI Mavic 3. It just came out this week, and it's unbelievable the photography that you can do with this. And I'm probably, I'm not that good that I can do this, nor do I have enough money to buy that machine, because they're not.
I'm just going to say this probably isn't $39.95.
That's exactly right. It's not $39.99, but the technology is so amazing. I mean, this is something that you can go down to Best Buy and buy. I mean, it is, and you can, the technology is there. It's crazy what we're actually coming up with. And this just came out. This was called the DJI makes a lot of these, but this is the Mavic 3, and this is the one that just came out, which is I think pretty darn cool.
Even in my small community here, we have a drone club.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, they meet weekly, and they go to different places, and they try to get me involved in it, but I just had too many other things going on. But yeah, quite a few guys.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna have to look in our area and see if there's a drone club. I'm not gonna buy that. I mean, that's a really expensive camera. But DJI has a lot of ones that I can afford, and I really wanted to get into sort of some drone photography. But the problem is that I have an airport right next to me, so you can't fly. You got to go somewhere to fly them. And then, there's a lot of learning. You got to get a license, and you got to learn all sorts of stuff. But it's fun. I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, no, my friend who does it, who introduced me to it, and he must have half a dozen drones of his own, just all sizes. He lives within pretty close to an airport, and he has to actually call them and let them know,
really?
Okay, starting at such a time, I'm going to be flying my drone. They say thank you very much, and this is a tiny little airport, but even that you need to get permission.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one, but I know the first one I get, as soon as I get it up in the air, it'll crash.
They all got to return to home. They all got to return home. You hit the button, it returns it back, lands down, and it'll land right in your truck wherever you put it.
They didn't always have them. I remember many years ago when I was living in California, there was a group of, they weren't drones, they were these small airplanes that you would fly. And one guy was in tears because it flew so far beyond, it kept on going into the Pacific Ocean. And he never saw it again. And he was literally a grown man crying.
Yeah. Richard says, I haven't touched it because I don't want to install it. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Dick says it will download the installer for Windows 11 and continue with the installation. Can I stop it? No, don't do that. No, I guess. Hi from Payson.
It's Ellen.
Off so I can join you today. Oh, good.
It's Ellen.
Yeah, Ellen. Good. Thank you, Ellen. Steve says, hi from Kirkland, Washington. Rain on the way. Yes. Indeed, indeed. Well, I guess maybe we should get to work. Do you want to review some articles? All right, let me share my screen and we will come up and see what we got here. Now, for those of you who are watching with us today, if you go over to our Facebook page, you can follow along the articles as we scroll down them. These are articles that we post every day. All of us have, all of the group, look for tech articles that you might be interested in, and we post these articles on our Facebook page. So if you want to keep up with the current articles, and my heart was just, I was so happy. On one of the meetings that I was at about a week ago, one of the people that did a newsletter said, yeah, we always go to your page to get all the recent tech articles for our newsletter. And I thought, I love it. I love it. That's great. That's great. All right. Now, the problem is Bob's not here. Now, I think we should make a rule. If you're not here, we don't get to talk about your article. What do you think about that, you guys?
No,
is that being too hard on Bob?
Bob deserves it.
All right. He put this one. Would you... let's see. What would an online identity solution for older adults look like? Is this one of his videos? Did he do this one? Maybe. I think this is actually one of his videos that he made.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and so and they're usually very good. So I would always very good, and so I would have a look at that. Huey, SpaceX.
this just came out today. If you go to the Starlink website, they're showing the new dish.
Oh, really?
It's a rectangular dish now, and there's a new a router with it, but the same price
Is it
for now.
smaller, lighter, or what? What's the
Well,
feeling?
it's going to be more efficient, and they're going to improve the software. But it's smaller because it's rectangular, and it's supposed to be more efficient, and hopefully they can manufacture more of them to catch up.
Right.
That's been one of the drawbacks why a lot of people haven't gotten their new accounts is they can't get the dishes made quick enough. Where this
Mhm.
apparently is going to be able to be produced much quicker and fast. Well, quicker is faster,
Mhm.
but quicker and more easily.
Hmm.
And tomorrow morning at 7:31 Eastern time in the morning, AM, they're going to send up some more satellites, and it'll be the first in about 3 months.
Oh,
And there's none scheduled after that. So, and they haven't said why. And the ones going up tomorrow will also be from Canaveral, which they haven't. It's been a few months since they've done it from the East Coast. The last time they went up from California.
So do you think Bob is going to, will that mean Bob can get hooked up? I want to see him get connected soon.
I don't know where these are going to go. It's
All right.
and because it's still on the other rocket, it is still the maximum of about 60 will go up.
Okay.
When they do it on the newer rocket, which they haven't done any yet, I think it's gonna be a few hundred
All right.
each time they send them up.
All right. Very interesting. Bob posted this. Forget widgets. Google is testing a weird new search shortcut for Android. Forget widgets. Google is testing a weird. So
Got to read the article, I guess.
I didn't read it.
I didn't read this particular article.
I didn't either.
I don't know. We'll pass on that. Oh, Bob. No, well, now this is it. Too bad he isn't here to talk about this. He got a new robotic vacuum, Shark. We got the Shark IQ robotic. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at this as well. This is we on the show yesterday. We're talking about robotic vacuums, and if you look at the past, of course, the past history of vacuums has been iRobot with the Roomba series. And over the past year, Shark has really made a big indent in the different into the technology, and they have about 14% of the market now. And you'll see Shark, of course, and Roomba both are at Costco, right? So he bought and this is the Shark IQ, which is because Bob had a Weiss before, didn't he have the Weiss vacuum?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we saw the video on one day.
So hopefully he'll do a talk maybe on Monday on what he thinks about this. Would be really interesting seeing what the difference is between what and this has intelligent navigation as well. I'm not sure. I think Weiss did too, didn't it? Didn't Weiss? I think it had intelligent navigation. So it'll be interesting to see what his comparison is and what he thinks. So I'm anxious for that.
When you say intelligent navigation, that's when they map the floor.
Yeah, they map it. Yeah, most of the under $300 ones are random navigation. They just they go up to a wall and then they bounce off it, and not bounce off it, but then they turn right and continue on, and they do a helter skelter back and forth until it finishes, and it actually does a very good job. I mean, it's not a problem. It takes time though, but with the next level, with the $300 to $600 sort of dollar group, then it's intelligent navigation, and it uses either LiDAR, which is like radar, and it goes around and maps your whole house, or it uses VSLAM, which is the one which is an image sort of thing that the iRobot uses, and it works off your ceiling. But they basically map your house out, so you know exactly where everything is. So now when they go to do the vacuuming, they can do it in rows because they know exactly where everything is, and they don't have to do it each time, right? Bill says, will Starlink now be another train
That's
flying?
when they first launched them from the capsule.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like a train of lights.
Oh, I see. Okay.
A whole bunch of lights right in a row. Then they start going into position. So it actually takes a couple of months for them to get in position.
Oh, okay. Ellen says, will broadband money in the infrastructure bill be used to provide internet to very rural? Well, that's a very interesting, there's certainly, as we move into the future, there's the have and the have-nots, and the have-nots will be people that don't have internet. It is going to be a necessity, like a telephone, really. And so it will be up to governments to indeed make sure that everybody has access to reliable internet. Don't you think so, Huey?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know if it was part of the infrastructure bill, but there was money allocated to and given to Starlink to continue to help fulfill the promise of getting broadband into rural areas. So they're working on that. And that's one of the things, the whole idea of Starlink is to get it in rural areas and areas that don't have other means of getting internet, where so it's not for people who are in cities or in crowded areas or already have the ability to get broadband, but it's for those who can't.
Right. Yeah, I mean, today you have to consider broadband like a utility, like power and water. It's that necessary.
I think so, yeah. I couldn't imagine living without it. Yeah, it's going to be it'd be pretty difficult. All right, so that's interesting, Bob. It's too bad he wasn't here. I want to really find out how this shark is working. Anyway, we'll hear more about that. What's this Computer Society WinSig thing here?
I don't know what that is.
Did you want to mention it again?
Yeah, and be sure to sign up for the WinSig newsletter at huey.net, and that way you'll get all the information about what's going on. And if you have not registered for a previous meeting or this meeting, you can do so. The link will be in the newsletter. Newsletter will be going out later today or tomorrow.
Very good. So I put this up there. This came up today. Michael Daniels and I were talking about this the other day. We both own Pixel books. We have our original Pixel book that we bought a couple of years ago, and we just love them so much. They are such a fine quality, best laptop I've ever bought, and I would buy one again in a heartbeat in the future, but they don't make them anymore. And so this was the article that says, don't expect Google to launch a new until at least 2033. I was happy to see that they're even maybe thinking about it, because we didn't know. We thought it was going to be dead, like they weren't going to make anymore. But anyway, so I thought that was I thought, oh gosh, maybe they're going to make it. So 2033 might be or 2023 might be a new.
Yeah, I don't want to wait 11 years or 12 years.
Right. So watches. Black Friday. It's shopping, and if you this Monday will be I'm going to do a talk on shopping, online shopping at 4 of the major. I won't tell you which major online shopping services we're going to show you, but this is the month to buy. Spend, right? It is the month a Black Friday is coming, and the deals are crazy. So the Galaxy 4 watch is down to $199 now.
What's it selling for?
Yeah, that's pretty good, darn good deal for what you get. Galaxy 4, pretty impressive watch. So,
Ron, what was it selling for?
Pardon me?
$199.
$199.
What was it selling for though before then?
Oh, I'm not sure, because Canadian wise, I think it was around $399, but it probably was around $300 or $350. So that's probably about $100 off. So that's not a bad deal. So watch it. This is I put this on there. This is the new Roomba that has come out. This is the vacuum. This is the J7. This is the one I recommended for Michael. This has the poop. The what do they call it? The
pooper scooper.
No, it has the pet owner official promise. Poop. Pet owner official promise. So what it has, this is the latest in technology. It has forward sensing cameras now as well, so that when it's driving around, it can see and it will identify poop, and then it will go around it so it won't suck it up. And the Roomba has actually said that if your vacuum does suck it up, they'll send you a new vacuum. It's that good. So this always comes with the official poop promise. And this is the J7. And so I don't. Does Bob have a dog?
What?
Does Bob
I don't
have a
know.
dog? I don't think Bob has a dog, does he?
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
No.
if you had an animal, this would be a good one to get. All right. Now I put this article in there. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. Anchor CEO says next generation charging tech will offer 20-minute charge times. One of the problems that I have, and I don't, I guess Bill's got the Galaxy 4 watch. I do, and Dewey, right. One of the things I don't like about the Galaxy 4 watch is the charging time. First of all, it takes, it does use a whole day of power. Like you have to charge it once a day. But when you put it on the charger, it takes about an hour and a half to charge up. And that's a really big problem, because if you take it off, you have a quick shower, you want to put it back on and get on with your day, the darn thing's still on the charging. And to try and remember to go back and get it in an hour and a half is a big problem. So we need faster charging times. Now the Apple Watch 7 now can come with a fast charging cable in which you can charge it in 15-20 minutes. The Samsung, the Fitbit Sense charges quickly in 20 minutes as well. Whereas, so I think as we move forward now, not only will there be battery improvements, but there will also be improvements in charging times, because I think it's just unacceptable to wait an hour and a half to have something charge.
Yeah, Rob, I started doing, most of the newer computers have a USB-C connection on them. And I found that when I plug my USB connecting phone into that connector, it automatically does fast charging and it brings it up really fast. So that even faster than plugging it into the wall for electricity by using the USB-C on the computer.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron, what they're showing there is one of those portable chargers.
Right.
If you have one of those portable chargers, can you plug in your watch while it's on and have it charge while you have it on your wrist?
No, because the watch doesn't plug in. It's a wireless charging. You put it on the charging stand. There's no plug-in on a watch.
This wouldn't even work for your watch.
No, you'd have to take the wireless charging unit and plug it into this device and then put it onto that. The watches don't have any plug-in devices on them because they can't, because they're waterproof, right? So you can't plug anything into a watch. It's all wireless.
But I've got a couple of those charging blocks, from little teeny ones that were giveaways at trade shows to a couple that I bought, and they're getting quite old now, so they probably don't have the power that this one does.
I have a bunch of them. I just don't. I never am away from power enough. I don't travel out on boats or in my car. I just plug it into the into the cigarette lighter. Richard says, I have a Samsung 2 Active Watch. I like it. It takes 2 hours and 30 minutes to charge it, I guess. It lasts a day and a half. I charge it first thing in the morning. Yeah, the problem is, and Dewey says the same thing to me, but the problem is that 2.5 hours later, I'm gone. Like I'm in the car, I'm out, I'm running around. My watch is still on the charging stand. It doesn't work. Most active people that are busy, they want to hop in the shower, have a shower, and get on with their day and put their watch, and get on with their watch. So I don't think 2 hours cuts it myself, but that's just my opinion, right? All right. Ray, New Windows 10 feature update drops this month. 3 ways. What's this all about?
All right. Well, everybody's talking about Windows 11. I want to talk a little bit today about Windows 10. It's not gone yet. It's still here. We talk like it's gone. So this is going to be the update, and I think this will be the final update. This is the 21H2, and that's coming at the end of this month, or it's actually sometime in November and going. And once that's done, this article suggests 3 ways to handle it. Basically, don't do it and do it clean. But the way to do it is just take it and have the install, have it updated on your computer, and then you will probably get no more feature updates, but there will be security updates through 2025. But this is the last major update to Windows 10 this month.
And I don't believe it's a major one either.
Right. What I've read, it seemed to go pretty quick and not too many changes. Obviously, Microsoft's attention is all on Windows 11 now.
So my question to you guys is this. If I push the little blue button on my computer now, which I don't have an option, right? It's just sitting there in the tray. If I push that little blue button, I'm going to get a Windows 11 update, am I not?
That's correct. But
so if I don't push that button, I'm not going to get it.
Right. And it should show up in your Windows updates that you'll have the choice to go to 21H2 instead if you don't want to update to
really?
Windows 11. Yeah.
So if I push this button, it's going to send me to another menu and then I get my choice.
No. You push that button, you're going to go to 11.
Okay. So I go to this. So you're saying
if you go to the Windows update in settings.
Oh, okay.
Then when it's ready, you'll probably have a choice.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not sure how it's going to work. No one has said really.
Okay. Well, this is all interesting. Okay. What are you going to do, Ray, when you get the little button? Are you going to push it?
Sometime in January.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it now. I always like to wait for an operating system to be out for at least 2 months, maybe even 3. Make sure all the bugs are out of it. Let somebody else handle the bugs. And then when I get the time to do it, it'll be nice and clean.
Good advice, I think. Good advice. Ray says, pardon the pun, but only 10 days to roll back to Windows 10. Okay. Is that the same article, or would you have anything to say about that one?
Yeah, this is an article that talks about if you want to roll back. Let's say that you've gone, Ron, to Windows 11 and now you hate it. You can actually roll back. They keep the information about Windows 10 on your computer. Now, if you remember when we had Windows 7, 8, and 8.1 and went to Windows 10, they gave us 30 days to decide whether or not we wanted to keep the new operating system. Now, Microsoft has changed the game, and you only have 10 days to make the decision. And my pun is that because it's Windows 10?
What if it crashes your computer and you can't get it going again? How do you roll it back?
Clean install.
You make sure you have a good backup.
Yeah. And if you still have your disk around, you can use that, or
don't do any major backup, or don't do any major update without having a good backup, and double check the backup before you do it.
Excellent advice.
All right.
Make sure the backup. I've known people who thought they backed up and didn't, and then it crashed, and when they went to restore, the backup didn't work.
And we don't like to see grown people cry.
And they do, and I would.
And I would too. Yeah. I don't want to spend my weekend reinstalling Windows. Microsoft, this is from Bob. Microsoft partners with Meta to integrate Teams into Facebook like Workplace. Oh, okay. I don't use Teams, but that's obviously there's some stuff going on there between Microsoft and Facebook. Dick says, I've been running Windows 11 for about a week. No problems at all so far. So Dick, did you have any trouble with it? Is it pretty similar to normal Windows, like Windows 10? Is there much difference really?
If you come to the Windows SIG on Sunday, Bill James is going to actually show the the full installed version. It's not the dev version or the beta version. It's going to be
the full version.
And then he'll answer questions, and he's also going to demonstrate it.
And how would one get to the Windows SIG on Sunday?
Go to Huey.net and sign up for the newsletter, and do it soon, because the newsletter will be going out probably later today or early tomorrow morning. It's already done. It's just waiting to be sent. And that has the link to the meeting.
Okay, very good.
Or to register for the meeting anyway.
This is, I'm not going to go into the article. I post a lot of these how-to articles. If you want to automatically have some of the pictures you take go specifically into an album, this, and I do this with the kids. This is how you do it. You can, this is an interesting, this is coming into our, this was an interesting article. Huey, I don't know if you've picked this one up. I'm going to show this on our Chromebook series, which we are not having in November. So there will not be a learning Chromebook in November. We'll do it in December. But you can set different different wallpapers to each virtual desktop. So the 8 virtual desktops you can have different wallpapers on all the virtual desktops. And I thought that was sort of cool. It makes it really easy to decide which one you're in, right? You can have different wallpapers for different desktops. So that was that article. Right. And this is, I don't know if you guys do this, but we've talked about this before. We get a lot of questions, or I do, on how do you scan things, whether it's a Chromebook or a PC, like what printer should we use to scan things? And I've done a video on this, and I use my phone to scan all this stuff. I don't use any scanners for, scanners with my printer or anything like that. I just do it all off the phone.
Yeah, you did a really good video on that.
Yeah, and so I just don't use scanners anymore. I can't imagine why anyone would want to use a scanner. Do you guys use your phones for scanning, or what's your?
I'm still old school. I still have a scanner here, and I pop in a flash drive, let it go to the flash drive, and then decide which computer I need it on, and that works easier for me.
Yeah, I've got an all-on-one printer, and I use a scanner on that. Plus, I got that desktop scanner that I did the review on, an article on. But and I also I've taken pictures of things, and then I run it through. I use a program called Snagit, which Marsha Berkey did a real good video on that. But it will take a picture, and then it will OCR any picture you take. So. So if you've got a photograph of a sign, for instance, you can OCR it. It's really good. It's not on my phone. It's on my desktop.
Dick says it's a few location changes of things you can use. You have to get used to these new places, right? I would imagine the excellent advice confirming your backups. And I use my printer scanner. Yeah, I just don't do that anymore. I just use my phone works just fine, and it works great. So anyway, maybe we'll I did a video on that. So if anyone's interested, I mean, I can certainly send you the link for that. How to turn on, this is a how-to article. If you haven't turned on two-step verification, on your Google account, you're probably going to be forced to do it soon.
It's not a probably. You are going to be.
Yeah, you are going to be forced to. Yeah, you got to do it. So for those of you who haven't done it yet, don't understand it, I wonder, should we do another how-to on our show? Huey, do you think it's about time we did, or what do you think?
If you do it, I'd like to see it, because I'm not totally sure what's going to happen when I start doing it, because I use several Gmail accounts on different machines.
Right.
And does that mean every time I sign in, I'm going to have to verify it? And what a pain that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, why do you guys think that Google hasn't made this optional? Why are they going to make it mandatory?
So they don't get sued.
I think it all comes down to security, and they just said that's it. It's.
But shouldn't that be the user's choice?
Well, until the things get messed up, and then Google's got to try and figure it all out and help you with it.
And don't forget, there's other countries other than the U.S. and Canada, and they have strict laws, and so they're trying to make this so they can do. They're covered worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Richard said he's been using it for 2 years. Yeah, I've been doing it for since it probably came out. So I've used it. One of the things you got to remember is that I never get it on my computers at home, for the second factor, because it knows where I am. And you can set it up so it doesn't ask you for 30 days. I mean, if you're not changing your location or changing your computers, then you don't get asked all the time. So it isn't really that inconvenient. I'll please put up a link for Ron scanning with the phone. Yep, we'll do that. So I think it's probably a good idea. And maybe on our Tech for Senior Monday show, we'll do a segment on two-factor. That'd probably be a good idea. Eh?
Good. Yep.
We'll do that. Okay.
And don't forget the Tech for Senior program on Monday.
That's right. Yes. Now, Bob, this is a topic we're going to talk about on Monday. Bob actually has done a video on this, and we're going to play this on Monday. Microsoft ending support for OneDrive on Windows 7, 8, and 8.1. So this is a big deal. I mean, particularly for people who have old systems. Bob's done a whole video on this, a 5-minute video. So I'm going to play this.
And I did a blog on it. And it's on my website.
Is it?
Huey.net.
Right.
It basically isn't a big deal. If you're using 7, 8, or 8.1 Windows, it's probably a good possibility you're not syncing with it anyway. With OneDrive, and so it's not going to affect you if you don't sync. It's still going to be, if you've got things out on OneDrive, they're going to still be there, and you can still get to them. It's just not going to automatically sync them for you.
Right.
So it's not a big deal for most people.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to somebody who's still using Windows 7 and explain to me why.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. In a lot of the user groups, there are a lot of people who would still go kicking and screaming from 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's better than being on XP.
Yeah, I don't know, Ray. I mean, it's weird. I mean, I just don't know why people. I don't get it, right? I just don't get it.
Me neither.
Yeah, Joan says, excellent idea to talk about two-step. I've installed Google Authenticator, but need help from then on. Sure, that's a good idea. Again, if you are going to install an authenticator, they all work on all the programs, so it doesn't matter which one you install. There are, I use one called Authy, A-U-T-H-Y. I like that for a variety of reasons I can discuss, but you don't have to use, Google has one, Microsoft has one, they all have them, but they all work on all systems. So you don't have to worry about them not working on any particular one.
Yeah, and I got this one.
Yeah, you've got the.
It's the one.
So
from
not
Google.
only
it came from Google.
I know,
and it's still sitting in the box because it plugs in. It's a USB-C,
right?
And I'm not sure what it will or will not do, and will it do it on all the machines, and then I got to move this thing from machine to machine every time I want to use it. So I've been afraid to try it.
Right. So
I got to watch some videos and.
Right. So what Huey's talking about, when we talk about two-step verification, what we mean is there's a second factor involved in verifying who you are. And that can be in the form of a bunch of different ways about going. Most people are using an app on your phone, which gives it a security code based on time.
Yep. What
Huey's showing you is the next level. That's not two steps. It's not second factor. This is a security key. This is an encrypted physical key. And you set this up, and unless you have that key and it's plugged into your computer, you're not getting into your accounts. So it is a physical key. It's not a virtual, it's a physical key.
This is the page of instructions, and you can see in my how big it is in my hand, and you can see how little the print is. I'm going to have to use my scanner or take a picture of it and then blow it up so I can read it.
Well, here you'll find that it's Ash. I do not personally use it, but I've taught lots of courses on this. It's very easy to set up, and once you set it up, you just plug it in. The problem is we have so many different devices. Like we have our Chromebooks, we have like a whole bunch of different PCs. In my home here, I have a lot of different machines, and it would be really a pain in the butt to have to take that and move it between key to key.
Well, that's what my concern is. If I use it on my desktop, does it automatically want to see it when I open up my Chromebook, or if I?
Yeah,
that's my concern and why I haven't tried it. If it only works on the machine you plug it into,
it's a
that
problem.
would be fine. But if I got to keep taking it out and moving it from machine to machine,
that's a problem.
I think I got it free, or it was like $25, something like that.
Right.
Or you went back to the top again.
Did I go to the top again?
Yeah, that's what we already covered.
How did we? All right, down we go. How did we get it? Oh, I know what it was.
And while you're doing that, Bill H says, my 30 plus years of experience computer consulting, I have found numerous reasons to keep my old systems functional to recover clients' data. And Ellen says, I have a 64-bit laptop that could not be updated 210 from 8.1 because the manufacturer didn't update the display driver. Needless to say, I will never buy Acer again and do not use that laptop.
Yeah, I found that situation with scanners more than once where and it was HP, that great scanner still worked, but they didn't update the driver and it became useless.
Yep.
All right. Who's buying a TV for Black Friday? What's OLED? What's QLED? What's all these LED things? If you want to find out, there's an article we posted here for you. And it gets really confusing when you get into Costco or Best Buy and you see all these TVs. Oh my gosh, there are so many of them. Anyway, just thought if you want to sort that out, you can look at that article. Oh, did you guys read this? Did you guys see this about the iPhone 13? I thought this was a great article. So Apple was going to make it so that if you didn't have your iPhone repaired by Apple and you had it done by a third party, then the fingerprint scanner wouldn't work.
If I'm not mistaken, in the iPhone 13, isn't the fingerprint scanner on the screen?
It is. Yes.
So it's actually going through the screen.
Yeah. And I think it's probably a security thing, but there is a big stink about that. There was a huge stink about this because, of course, who wants to have their screen repaired and then the fingerprint scanner doesn't work. So I think that this was a big stink. Anyway, long and the short is Apple's back down, and they're going to allow that to be repaired, so the scanner won't work. Best Chromebooks, though. This was a good article. If you're in, I'm not going to go through the article, but if you're interested, this was a good review of the Chromebooks in 2021 and what you might be looking at. It's a good time to buy a Chromebook this month. There's a good supply of Chromebooks, and the prices are coming down, so you can get some pretty darn good deals. Hey, Huey?
Yes, absolutely. And there's going to be more coming too.
Mm-hmm.
HP's got some really good ones that I would consider once they come out, once they start putting LTE in them. They haven't yet. They say it's coming.
Yeah, that should be.
But
cool.
there's actually some pretty good Black Friday pricing on I forgot which one it was. It was like down to $399.
The Flex 5, which is really good one. I think they had it. I can't remember, but it's on sale at Costco, and it was a great price. My gosh, it was the Flex 5. Good one. All right. Bob is into, I think Bob also got a flood camera. I think he wants to talk about floodlights. I think he got a.
I'm going to talk about Wise. I ordered the Wise car, and when you buy it, you have to buy the camera with it because it's a camera they don't normally sell anymore. And I was all excited because it shipped and I got it. And when I opened it up, it's only the camera that they haven't shipped the car yet. So I got a camera sitting. I don't want to do anything with it until I can mount it on my new Wise car, which is, just a little thing but it'll go along the street using your phone as the driver. So it'd be like one of those motorized cars or those radio controlled cars with a camera on it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I think so. Yeah, it'll be a lot like the robotic, Amazon. I showed the what was it? The robot from Amazon that's I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that's good. Well, so I think, are you going to do a video on that? That should be a fun thing when it comes, eh?
If it ever comes. They if you remember, they brought it out on April 1st. Everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke, but they started shipping them. But they weren't a full car. They just advertised it as a Wise car and didn't tell you that it was just the size of a little toy car.
Right. You really think people thought they were getting a real car for that price?
No, but they before they ordered it and didn't see the price on it, it said a Wise car. They were wondering if it was an actual vehicle.
Did I put this up here? This is no, Bob did. I think I also wrote.
I've been reading some articles, and I listened to Paul Thurrott on the this week in tech from the Windows
Weekly.
And they were talking about this as well. It's to compete with Chromebooks, and it's very limited, and it's only going to be sold to education locations and education businesses. In other words, it's in the beginning, at least, it's not going to be available to you and I. It's going to be $249. It's a stripped down version of Windows. You can't get into the Windows Store. It may have its own, but it's just a stripped down version of Windows 11 on a machine. Microsoft has their own. It's going to be a Surface Windows 11 SE, but the other manufacturers will come out with a similar model as well.
So, for the last, I think, as long as Chromebooks, for 10 years that we've been talking about Chromebooks, right? Microsoft always, every year, comes out with some sort of Windows device that tries to compete. And they never do. They never work well. They always lock up. I mean, they don't have enough RAM. They can't make these things work. And I just laugh. It's doomed to failure, I'm sure.
Well, the whole reasoning behind it is Microsoft realizes when you put a computer in the hands of kids in kindergarten through 12th grade, and it's a Chromebook, when they get out of school, they're going to say, well, I've had a Chromebook all these years. I'm used to it. That's what I want to use. Mm-hmm. That's how Apple got so popular in the beginning. Yeah. Because they put them in the schools, and that's all it was in the schools. When kids got out, a lot of them stayed with Apple.
True story.
And so Microsoft realizes that down the road, it's going to hurt them a lot unless they get into that field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a couple of comments here. Richard says, I'm the only one in my family that has an Android phone. I'm a Google guy and an Android guy. And Ellen says, how long will it take to mount the Wise car on your car? I think that the one thing I'm concerned about, the fact is, since it sits so low on the ground, if you're in a building or in a room, you got to be very careful where you're aiming that camera.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of laws against that.
Indeed. And also with drones, imagine what, with drone.
The drone's
somebody's
overhead. That's not quite as bad.
Well, it depends what you're doing in your backyard.
Somebody's sunbathing in their backyard. Yeah.
Oh, Bob published this. This was, did you see the news article on this? This was really interesting. I had no idea. I'm glad. This really isn't anything to do with technology, but it's so cool. Did you see about the girl that was kidnapped? And
Yeah.
she was driving down the highway and she was doing this hand signal, which means you're in distress or you need help. And someone following along behind them saw this, and she was doing this in the window, and you can started doing this repeatedly. They got the license plate, followed the car, the police came, and of course the guy got arrested for kidnapping, right? And I had no idea. I didn't know that was a signal for help. Did you guys know that?
No, I hadn't. I saw those articles too.
Yeah. So you put your hand out, then you put your hand like this, and then your thumb goes down and you close it like that. And then you open it and then you go like this. And if you do that, that's a signal that you need help. And I thought, and it's something you can do that doesn't attract attention to you. I thought it was really interesting, and I had no idea. So that was so it's good that we should spread the word on that, and so people understand that.
Unless you have arthritis or a trigger finger like I have, and it's difficult to close your hand.
This was a good article I put on there. If you want to, this also has an interview with the founder of Roomba on it, and it's called "The Rise of Cleaning Robots," and it's a video. And just click that, and it's a good video. It's a really good video. So if you're interested in robots, that's a good one for you. Yes.
And we're live just for a couple of more minutes, Ron.
That's right. Robin Hood hack leads to millions of names, and another hack. So Bob, it just goes on and on, eh?
Yeah, Robinhood is a big service provider, and apparently lots of people are on that.
This was, Tom's Guide has a lot of I don't put a lot of stuff on our site that I see in the news articles, but Tom's Guide is usually quite good. And this was I just put this up. So if you're interested in Chromebooks, you can click on that link, and that should help. The Pixel 6 Pro. Problems in paradise. It's interesting. So yes, the other problem with the Pixel 6, which of course is and Pixel 6 Pro, is that a lot of the features don't work in Canada. Well, it is true. Remember these devices are sold globally. And they're sold all over the world, in India, and they're sold in large consumer markets. And it's like, for example, the Fitbit Sense, which has we've talked about the cardiac issues and the monitoring it does. They sell that, and it's heavily sold into India. And in India, none of the cardiac features work. They still don't work. They still haven't got them working. And so one of the reasons I'm holding off on getting the Pixel 6 is because a lot of the advanced features on the Pixel don't work in Canada. So that's for sure a problem. And so this is Paul Thurrot's going on and on about the problems with it, but we'll see what happens. Yes, the ECG app is rolling out on it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
All right, where did the hour go? We're having so much fun. What the heck happened?
Maybe we'll have to make this 2 hours.
Thanks, Huey.
Yeah, I don't think so, Mike.
No, I don't either. I don't think the people want to listen to us.
I don't think they want to listen for us for 2 hours. Yeah. All right, listen. Well, thank everyone for coming. I'm sorry we missed last week, but we're here this week, and we will have we'll be back this time next week for sure. And of course, don't forget our Monday show. We're going to have a great show on Monday, Tech for Senior on Monday. Yeah. And Richard said, if I was going to get a new phone, I'd get the Samsung S21 Ultra. It has the best. Yeah, Richard, you're right. I'm even looking at the Flip. I still haven't made my final decision yet, but I still think that Flip 3, I think it is really good. So I'm not completely made my decision yet, but you're right. I think the S21's a pretty darn good phone.
Ron, you can pretend they're watches and I'm sorry, vacuums, and just buy them all.
There is a budget. My wife said, just remember, there's a budget here. Bob doesn't think I have a budget, but there is a budget. It's called Gail, my wife, right? And there is a budget that has to be passed. So it's not a limitless budget. So, all right, everyone, thanks for coming. We're going to end the broadcast now. If you want to watch this again, we taped it, and you can watch it over and over as soon as I hit the end broadcast. So we'll see everybody in a week's time, or we'll see you on Monday. And don't forget, what are you doing on Sunday?
The Windows SIG, or the WinSig,
yes,
for CFCS, and it's open for everyone. You have to register in advance. If you've already registered, you'll get a reminder of your link. If you haven't registered, do so, and you'll get a copy of the link, and then you'll also get a reminder probably Saturday. But go to Huey.net, sign up for the newsletter today, so you'll get all of the links and information that you need. And then every month you'll get a reminder and get the newsletter.
All right. Bye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.